Alrighty, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be adding some weight to the SCX24. So this is my SCX24, it's a C10 body. I've done some modifications. If you haven't really seen any of those videos, click right here. Got a whole playlist with a bunch of videos you can go and binge watch real quick. So in the last video, we did the scale accessory additions. So like the snorkel, rock sliders, tool chest, a little gas can. We did that in the last video. So back to the performance upgrades. So in this video, like I said earlier, we're gonna gain some weight. And so we're doing that. So I went out and I purchased a hot racing brass diff cover. So this covers the diff. It's a little bit weight. It's a little bit of weight. It's 9 grams. So I got one for the front, one for the rear. It's the same part. And then I got these brass stock wheel hubs. So it's really not much, but it is gonna add some weight down low for the truck. So these are from Hot Racing. Got these on eBay. They're really sold out everywhere. eBay is really the place to be right now if you want some parts. Ooh, this is a little bit of weight. This little brass diff cover. It feels heavier in my hand now. Ooh, that is definitely gonna add some weight. One thing about adding weight to a truck is that you add more stress to the motor and to the servo. So I definitely have those upgrades lined up in the future. I can tell you already have those parts in stock at home. I'm just waiting to use them. So there are the brass diff covers. So a total of, what's 9 plus 9? 9 plus 9 is what? 18? Total of 18 grams added just by adding those two. And then brass steel wheel hubs. I could have gone with the axle weights. I'm pretty sure those are the hubs and the weights. I really couldn't find them anywhere, so I just went with the stock weight. So there are those guys. Really, I mean, I guess these are gonna have some weight compared to the stock ones, so can't really tell here, but we'll feel it later. And I don't want to lose those guys, so I'm just gonna keep them in the baggie for now. Alrighty, so first things first, I think we're gonna do the differential weights. We got one back here, back of the truck. We got one that's a little bit hard to reach on the front side of the truck. We're gonna have to undo, I believe, what is this? I don't know, linkage, steering linkage, something with steering. We're gonna have to undo that real quick. So I'm gonna start off with the back one first. So I got my trusty 1.3 hex I got off of Amazon. Put that in the link in the description if you want to get it. So we're just gonna grab our magnets right here. So I do want to pay attention with the order and how I take these out and see if they're any different at all. So I don't know if you can see it. So this long one was at the very top of the brass. Or it was at the very top of the diff, so just keep that in mind when you're unscrewing them. Alrighty, so all 6 are off now, and this little cover should just be able to pop right off. There we are. So there is the stock diff cover, and here is the brass one. Oh, holy moly. Alright, yeah, you can definitely feel a weight difference. This is nothing in my hand, and this is probably 5 times as much as that cover, so that's definitely going to be felt when driving the truck. So I'm not really familiar with gearing and stuff, but I know that now that I have the cover off, most likely I should grease it up while it's open, but I don't really have any grease, and I don't know what grease I should use, so I'm just going to put the cover back on and get back to that once I know what grease I should be using. Comment below if you know what grease I should use. So the cover is simply snaps back on. Bam, there we go. So like I said earlier, keep track of the 2 longer ones because those are going to go in a specific location compared to the other 4. Don't want to over tighten them, so just do it till they're snug. I do want to get more brass in the future. I just didn't want to spend $80 on brass at one time. So we're gonna spread our budget across the board on the truck. We're not gonna ball out on brass. So there is the brass diff cover, the hot racing brass diff cover on the SCX24. I wish I could remember how this thing felt when it was stock, but definitely feels like I'm adding some weight. And you can now all see when I got pictures, oh man, he added a brass diff cover. This guy must know what he's doing. So this one up here is definitely going to take some finessing to get to, but I got it. So I was able to remove all the screws off the diff cover. I was able to maneuver around my way right here. I'm not worried about taking them out. I'm more worried about putting on the cover and snapping it in place. So yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Also, I recommend cleaning your truck before you take it apart, because I had a bunch of mud all over the screws and stuff, and it was a little bit difficult to take apart. So maybe before you do that, make sure your car is clean and just give it a little rundown and get rid of all that dirt, because it definitely was a little bit of an obstacle to get out. Yeah, like I thought. I mean, yeah. Oh. Okay. So I was able to slide it off, but this one's a lot thinner. Compared to this fatty, so I don't know if I'll be able to clip it back on. Oh, I made a mistake. Oh, look at this mistake. There's a little bearing right here. Holy crap. Check out that bearing. I need to pop this bearing out. Oh my gosh, I barely caught it. Look at that. There's a little bearing, and I completely missed it in the other one. Great. Look at this. Get that bearing. Pop it into this other. Pop it into this other. Good thing I didn't start the car yet. Wow, I can't believe I missed that. Bam. So I have to remove that other cover and install this brass bearing, or install this bearing on this brass. So as I'm putting on this front diff cover with the bearing, I did a really big mistake, a really big no-no. I dropped one of the screws, one of the longer screws. This is my last one. I've always been pretty careful when I'm up here on this table. And I had the screw and I was putting it in, and it just ricocheted and it bounced somewhere into the abyss. I don't know where it went. I spent like 10 minutes looking for it right now. Good thing I got the old parts, but it's gonna drive me crazy. Alright guys, so I have the diff cover back off again, the rear one. And see this little slot right here? That's for that little bearing. Didn't know. You think I watch all these videos, you think I'd remember, but I didn't. And I just want to make this point again, like I've said earlier in the series. I'm no professional. I'm just an average dude, just like you. I'm learning this. But I am so stupid sometimes, I swear. So there's that little bearing. And just a comparison again of the brass cover and the regular cover. This one was so heavy compared to that one. It's insane. So we're gonna redo this real quick. Redo my mess up. So there she is, got the front brass diff cover, got the rear diff cover. I'm still mad at myself, I'm super mad at myself for losing that one screw. So let's move on to the hex bolt. Is it hex bolt? What are they called? Steel hubs. Let's head on to the steel hubs. So once you pop off the wheel, here is the little piece that we're gonna place, the hub. Here's the stock one. There's the brass one. I guess there's a slight weight difference you can tell, just barely. So, I mean, there's this little pin right here. I don't know if you can see it, this little pin right here between my fingers. It's in there, but Hot Racing provides you with their own. So I wonder why. I mean, I guess the size must be different or something. So this is really gonna kill me. Hopefully I don't lose these pieces. I'd be freaking so angry. So I have my those pliers with me right here. I pop that one out. We're gonna get one of these new ones. I really don't know why they provide a new one. Maybe it's needed. Can't really tell. You're gonna have to ask Hot Racing, not me. And we're gonna insert the new, oh, I had it. Magnetized pliers don't really. So bam, there is the new, I don't even know what to call it, I don't even know that part. So we're just gonna line it up, pop it in, bam, there we go. Put it in our wheel, we're gonna put it back on. Not too tight. So that was a really easy one. You can barely see down there. You can see if I shine the light strategically that there's a brass in there. So I'm gonna do the other 4 real quick. Alrighty, so there she is with all of her brass. Front diff cover, rear diff cover, and then you got the hubs right there. Can't really see it, but the hubs are on all 4. I can definitely say that the truck feels heavier, not because of the brass, because of all the added 3D prints, but I'm starting to look more legit, so that's cool. Definitely excited to see how this performs now. Remember to place that bearing on the differential. Don't be a noob like me. Learn from me. If you sticked along this far into the video, I really want to thank you, and I want to show you how proud I am of myself. See how dirty my hands are? I was on my hands and knees looking for this little screw, and I found it. Money. Oh, look, see, it's not even, does it even magnetize? It doesn't even magnetize to this freaking little thing. Wow, no wonder I couldn't find it with this magnet. Well, I found it. Gonna install it on the truck.